The Cowboys are who we thought they were. They stink. Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day like me. I hope you guys enjoyed your football weekend. To me, it was fabulous. It was fabulous. Winning Thursday, then getting to chill out, watch football today, and have it ending up with the Dallas Cowboys losing is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You know, in one of my videos I said earlier in the week, I said a lot of things can change. A lot of things can change in 1 week. They can change. I mean, a week ago at this time, Cowboy fans thought we were going to go lose to Green Bay. They were going to beat the New Orleans Saints because they didn't have Drew Brees. And what do you know? The Eagles win and the Cowboys lose. And we are one game out of first place. And here's another thing that I think is very interesting that I want to point out, okay? Especially for my man Mark Holmes. I love Mark Holmes, shout out to him, but I gotta tell you, Mark, you know, you sit there and you talk about Dak Prescott. He gets it a lot worse than Carson Wentz. He gets no respect, but everybody just gives it to Carson Wentz. Well, all I've heard is all week how Dak Prescott is an MVP candidate. He is an MVP candidate. He goes out there and he is behind only Mahomes for the MVP, and you just have to give it to him. And it's really funny because we're, 4 weeks into the season now. Carson has the same amount of touchdowns as Dak Prescott. Less interceptions. Not as many yards, but he didn't play Miami. He didn't play the Giants. And really, I don't even know what your quarterback rating is going to be. You know, I heard a lot of crap because they said, oh, Carson threw for only 160 yards last week. And how could you have a good quarterback do that? Well, let me tell you something, all right? Dak Prescott was 22 of 33 for 223 yards. And an interception. No touchdowns. No touchdowns out of it. He finished with a 73.2 QBR. Now, here's the thing. On the 223 yards, he made like 30 of those on one play at the end of the game, right before the Hail Mary. Before that, he had like 190 yards. So he basically did the same thing. And you know what's funny is he's got all pretty much the same statistics as Carson. But we talk about Dak Prescott being MVP. But, Carson has struggled this year. See, that's why Carson has it worse than Dak Prescott, Mark. That's why. Now you know. We are not going anywhere. We are coming for you, Dallas. We hate you, Dallas. We want you, Dallas. And this is a long season. Now, I'm not here to just rub the loss in. Now, some of you Cowboy fans will take it that way because you're sensitive. You're sensitive. I'm here to not rub it in. I'm here to tell you, I told you, you don't win a Super Bowl in September. This thing is far from over. We are going to battle. October 20th is round one. And it's going to be us. Not me. Eagles and Cowboys. That's who's going to fight for this division. Yes? Hey, the Giants won. How about that? Daniel Jones looks pretty good. Guess what? The Giants got to go and play the Vikings, who came off a horrible loss. Then they got the Patriots. So very quickly, they're going to be 2-4, and they'll be out of it. So I'm not even worried. The Giants always stink. They stink. But the Redskins really stink. It's time to fire Jay Gruden. It's time to just get rid of everybody. The Redskins stink, and Jay Gruden really, really, really stinks. And so does Casey Stinkum, like I've always said. But this is a two-team race now. This is a two-team race. And you guys just thought you were supposed to be handed the division after week 3. You thought you were just supposed to be given it. And that's what pissed me off. And you know what's funny? Is I keep hearing all these Cowboy fans talk about they had bad calls. Are you crazy? Did you watch the same thing I did? Do you know that every drive that Dallas scored points on, there was a third down crappy call on the Saints? There was a third down crappy call that kept your drive alive. Every time they were getting ready to go and score a touchdown, they had a flag to bring them back and force them into a field goal. It was ridiculous. It was horrendous. So I don't want to hear it. Now, I'll tell you what, the Amari Cooper pass interference at the end, not a good call. It was probably a makeup call because the refs got to make it even out at the end, at least on paper. But you can't complain about the refs. That's my point. You can't complain about the refs. You took this loss. You should have beat the Saints. You should have beat the Saints because they're so one-dimensional without Drew Brees. They cannot throw the ball downfield. You should have beat them, but they beat you. They beat you, and now you have to go play Green Bay next week. Well, Green Bay's coming to play you. Aaron Rodgers, the Dragon Slayer. I know you guys better be worried. You better be worried because they have a lot of time to think about the way they lost to us. And now they're coming for you. I'm not here to rub it in, Dallas Cowboys fans. I'm not here. I'm not here to tell you how much you stink. Everybody knows it. But, Dallas still stinks. I rest my case. You lost. But I just want you to know I took a lot of crap for 2 weeks. Hearing about how it's over and all this kind of stuff. I'm just here to tell you, you got a fight on your hands. You got a big fight with the Eagles. And you thought you were just going to roll through it and win the division. It's going to be so simple. Everything has changed. Everything has turned upside down. So let's get ready to double moonwalk that ass. Now, for my Eagles brothers and sisters, let me say to you, congratulations on a great football weekend. Nobody deserves it more than yous. Nobody deserves it more than yous. Because yous have put up with crap for, 2-3 weeks. It's been ridiculous. Congratulations, Eagle fans. We're back. We're back. Now, going into this week, we know we're going to play the Jets next Sunday. I'm not really worried about the Jets. What I'm concerned about and where my mind is and where my thought is Jalen Ramsey. I think about the guy about every 2 minutes. Okay? I want him. And I've never seen a more no-brainer trade in the history of no-brain trades. You have to make this happen. You have to find a way. Now, I'm not going to get into why and all that. I made my case in my last video for why I want him. Okay? But whether it's him, whether it's Harris from Denver, whether it's Howard in Miami, whoever it is, they got to do something. They got too many guys banged up. And Orlando Scandrick or Stinkdrick stinks. Okay, he's a body. I'm sorry. He's not going to come in and change anything. They got to make a move. Sidney Jones is hurt. Ronald Darby is hurt. Avonte Maddox is hurt. I don't see any way in which you can't. I mean, Jalen Mills is not coming back. Gravion LeBlanc is not coming back. I think that this week is really a good time for the Eagles to land a corner. I would be kind of surprised if they don't do something this week, just to be honest with you. And, when we look at the Jalen Ramsey situation real quick, he goes to Denver, he doesn't play. Okay? So he left to go from his newborn kid, to fly with the team to not play. Now, one of the reasons is apparently it's his choice and he didn't want to play. He said his back hurts. Possibly, maybe they're working on something. They don't want him to get him hurt. I don't know. I wish the Broncos would have beaten him, because if they would have beaten the Jags, Jags would be 1-3. They have to go to play Carolina. They have to play New Orleans. They're done. They may be like, let's get rid of him. I mean, maybe the alternative is they beat the Broncos and they say, you know what? We can win without Jalen Ramsey. Let's trade him. Let's hope so. But the Eagles, they need to make it happen. They need to make something happen and something quick. And so, really, more than being concerned about the Jets, because the Jets stink, I'm very concerned about what we're going to do at corner. Who it is, I have no idea. I have no idea. I just know Jalen Ramsey is 24 years old, and you could build with him in the future. I don't want Harris from Denver. I don't want Patrick Peterson. If we got them, I'd be like, okay, fine. I hope they help. But I want Jalen Ramsey. And then, Howard from Miami would be my second. And we'll see what happens. But I think the Eagles have to make a move at corner. I don't see how they can go into this game this week with the guys that they have. They just don't have enough. So really, this is the week. I mean, maybe Monday or Tuesday. It's the time. And I know everybody saw the reports in The Athletic that the Eagles are ramping up effort to get Jalen Ramsey. I don't know. Mike Lombardi, I don't know what to think of him. I don't know what to think about that report. There was another report that a playoff caliber team, a Super Bowl contending team, offered 2 first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey. A lot of people are speculating that was the Eagles. I have no idea. But if it's true and they turned down 2 first-round picks and it was the Eagles, then the Eagles need to up it. Up it. Just get it done. Okay? So I'm not going to sit here and cry about or tell you again about why, all the reasons we should get this kid. I'm just going to say this. The Eagles need a corner. They need a corner. I don't know who to get. I don't know where they're going. I don't know what Howie Roseman's looking at. A lot of times he does things nobody expects. All I know is that this week I expect him to bring somebody in, another corner, and I have no idea who it's going to be, but I know who I want it to be. So keep your eyes out on that. We're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow and in the next few days. And, be sure to do that because it's very, very important. With that said, take care, talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.